Shinji Ikari is the main protagonist of the Neon Genesis Evangelion franchise. He is the son of bioengineer Yui Ikari and nerve commander Gendo Ikari. Shinji is the antithesis of the typical shonen hero. He isn't driven by a burning desire to protect, a search for adventure, or a need to prove his strength. He is a 14-year-old boy summoned to Tokyo 3 by the father who abandoned him 11 years prior, given a death-defying task, pilot Evangelion Unit 01, and left to reconcile a lifetime of emotional neglect. Shinji Ikari is a paradox, a pilot who fears piloting, a savior who feels like a victim, and a person who deeply yearns for connection while simultaneously wearing headphones to shut out the world. To understand Shinji is to first understand the profound emptiness left by his abandonment. Following the death of his mother, the brilliant bioengineer Yui Ikari, his father, nerve commander Gendo Ikari, left Shinji to live for more than a decade with a sensei. We are introduced to him as an emotionally disconnected teenager, bearing a passive and initially laid-back personality that likely masked a profound void. When we first meet him in Episode 1, summoned to pilot Unit 01, his refusal is absolute. He doesn't want to do it. This resistance is not born from cowardice in the traditional sense, but from a fundamental lack of self-worth and a profound aversion to being used. Why should he fight for a world and a father that seemingly cared so little for him? Yet he does pilot. This crucial decision is not fueled by sudden heroism or a sense of duty, but by the complex, twisted root system of his relationship with Gendo. While Shinji initially denies his need for his father's attention, the series subtly, then explicitly, reveals a truth he keeps locked away. He continually tells himself, "I mustn't run away." This mantra is a powerful demonstration of his internal conflict. It's not just about the battle with the angels. It's about a deeper need to move forward and a desperate, half-hearted attempt to let go of the past. Shinji is aware of his own faults, particularly his perceived inadequacy that he blames for his father's departure. This deep-seated fear of being not good enough fuels an excruciating cycle. He pilots Unit 01 to earn the praise and love he never received from his father, often searching for validation in Gendo's cold, operational commands. Gendo, of course, gives nothing in return but orders, creating a devastating dynamic where Shinji seeks affection from the very person who defined himself by denying it. This abandonment left its most visible scar in Shinji's core social anxieties and a great fear of emotional pain, of being hated or left behind. Believing himself responsible for Gendo's leaving, Shinji views himself through the lens of being discarded. His default setting, therefore, is introversion. He is deeply disconnected from physical reality, having spent his life with little meaningful contact with others. Social party situations are an exercise in extreme discomfort, a visible display of a boy struggling to control his emotions around others because he cannot first control the turmoil within himself. Perhaps the most potent metaphor for his desire to close himself off from the world are the headphones he wears rather often, plugged into an SDAT music player. It's a physical manifestation of his choice to shut out physical reality and retreat into the safer, if equally melancholic landscape of nostalgia and isolated contemplation. Through his SDAT player, he can select the narrative, rewind the past, and replay the moments he misses, especially his detailed memory of better days with his mother, without having to risk the unpredictable and often painful interactions of the present. However, labeling Shinji purely by his trauma misses his essential humanity. Despite his fragility, he is portrayed as outwardly gentle and highly aware of his own faults. He is the only one among the main cast who actively tries to find a personal reason to fight the angels. While characters like Asuka pilot for pride and validation, and Rei pilots from a place of programmed obedience, Shinji wrestles with the morality of his actions. Sometimes his very justification for fleeing from piloting is not to save his own skin, but to avoid hurting others. A devastating paradox when his fleeing ensures the world is overrun. He is shown to the extreme of this self-sacrifice, famously forsaking many lives, even his own, in order to save the one person he manages to forge a profound connection with. Ultimately, Shinji's journey through the series and films is not one of conquering alien threats, but of navigating the treacherous, beautiful terrain of his own heart. He struggles with the central premise of the hedgehog's dilemma, that to be close to someone is to risk being hurt by them, but that being alone is its own excruciating form of pain. In conclusion, Shinji Ikari remains one of fiction's most enduring and relatable protagonists because he is a mirror of our collective vulnerability. He isn't a power fantasy. He is a raw, unflinching portrait of a human being defined by abandonment, who nevertheless refuses to abandon his search for meaning and a singular point of genuine, mutual love. Shinji teaches us that strength is not the absence of fear or the denial of trauma, but the difficult step-by-step decision to not run away from the complexity of existing in a world where connection and pain are inextricably linked. By learning to accept himself, even in his perceived inadequacy, Shinji Ikari proves that the hardest battle to win is the one we fight inside our own minds, and that victory lies not in escaping the world, but in finding a way to truly live within it.
If you are looking for more videos like this, discussing Evangelion and other animes or manga, don't forget to subscribe to get more quality content like this. Leave us a like. We see you in the next video.